Hey everybody, and welcome to day 16 of the 2023 Advent Calendar Series here on MKE Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
Ross.
Tyler is back from his break. Nosy Neighbor Brewing out of Kenosha, here to tell us about all the great beer and me to tell you what Tyler would say. And we've also got Mr. Andy Lau from Eau Claire rolling his way through the VolumeOne Advent Calendar. Tyler, myself, and Ross have got Three Cellars Advent Calendar, day 16. Mr. Lau, what you got?
Let's find out. Titletown Brewing.
What beer is it called?
Packers do not play today, so we cannot talk about how awesome they're going to do. But it is called
tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
It's called Wild at Tart, a blueberry lemon kettle sour.
Send it to Ross quick.
Ross. This is got to be
virtual cheers to Ross.
5.1% alcohol. Our fruited kettle sour series features an ever-rotating blend of fruit. All right. Ferment over 20 pounds of blueberries and 10 pounds of dehydrated lemon, resulting in a light and refreshing beer with tartness and sweetness that are balanced. All right. And with ripe aromas and a kiss of lemon. Ripe aromas of blueberry. So apparently
I give it a 1.75.
Blueberries are going to really come forward in this sucker.
Oh,
do you think she'll give you a kiss of lemon?
But I think he will.
He probably will.
Well, let's crack this guy open and see how he pours. I'm curious to know what this is going to look like. I mean, if they put in 2,000 pounds of blueberries, I'm curious if it's going to be like a purpley type.
Is that like Ross's personal hell?
I think it is Ross's. This beer is currently Ross's.
I guess you put a little cinnamon in it, just to really
a little holiday spice to top it off. Yeah,
ginger.
I'm really curious how this is going to taste. So let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's like a beer.
It's got I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but it's got a little purple-ish hue. Oh yeah, it looks kind of red, but like it's got that blueberry sort of hue that looks like it's kind of been dumbed down by the beer. It's a little bit more hazy than I thought it would be, but I suppose that kind of makes sense if they didn't filter it a ton. So let's see if I get some blueberries and lemons on the nose. I get the lemon, but not the blueberry. It's got that kind of sour, because this is a sour, right? Yeah, kettle sour. So it's kind of got that funk from the souring process or whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but it smells like a sour with, I don't know. Yeah, it smells like a sour with some lemon coming through. That's about all I'm getting on the nose.
All
right, Ross. So is tasting blueberries a good thing for you in a beer or just a bad thing in general?
Bad.
Okay.
Bad.
All right. Well, we'll see if we get some blueberries and some lemons on this guy.
This guy.
It's definitely tart. And I get the lemon. Trying to pick out the blueberry in there. I think the blueberry is really kind of I think it's there, but it's really kind of subtle, which is odd because I felt like they really pitched the blueberries being in here with 2,000 pounds of them or whatever they use to brew them. I don't know. I actually like it. I know Ross is going to completely disagree with that if he tried this beer, but
2,000 pounds of blueberries depends on how big the batch of beer was.
That's true. I like the sour the sour beer itself, like the sour itself, is really good, and that nice tartness and the kind of zing you get from the lemons in here, I really, really enjoy. I think that for me is overpowering the blueberries. I don't get a ton of the blueberry flavor, but I think it's there helping balance out that, tart, maybe almost bitter too, from some dehydrated lemons, assuming they put in kind of the lemon and lemon peel and all that other stuff, right? Like, I think this would be not as well balanced if the blueberries weren't in here. I don't get the blueberry flavor, but I think the sweetness from the blueberry is helping to balance out the lemon.
Oh,
Titletown's an interesting brewery too. Like, I feel like I don't hear a lot about them or see a lot of their stuff like in public, but obviously like the name and their association to Green Bay and all of that stuff. Like, but I don't know that I've
and
had
now
a
with
ton from them.
and now with Hinterland being right next to the stadium and kind of being like in your face whenever you go to Green Bay.
Yeah. I'm not a big Hinterland fan. I can't think of a single beer from them that I've had that I've liked.
Okay.
That's no offense to the brewery.
no
Something else I
offense at
noticed.
all.
No
Yes.
offense.
I will say fun little story about Titletown, and then we're going to get your rating, is that I went there for my bachelor party. We went to Green Bay, and we went to Titletown, and we got a tour. And in the back, I don't know if you guys have been on a tour there or not, but they have a water fountain, otherwise known as a bubbler, depending on where you are in the country. But it's hooked up right to beer. So you turn the bubbler on and beer comes out the bubbler. You
Okay,
can
that's
drink beer
awesome.
straight out of it. It's awesome, man. That was
All right, so
amazing.
This beer is at least a 4.25 then.
Yeah, this rating just jumped up another quarter.
Depends what
Another
beer's coming
interesting
out of the
thing.
bubbler.
That's
Another
true.
interesting thing I noticed. Apparently, Titletown maybe started in 1996.
Wow.
Which
I don't think I knew that.
was a nice year for the Green Bay Packers.
A long time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as ratings go, I'm gonna give this a 3.75. I really like this. I like sours, I like blueberries, and I don't know. It just tastes like a well done and a well balanced sour.
Very nice. Titletown Brewing. I think first beer from them on the channel, actually.
Yeah. It's the first time I've had a beer from them in a long time.
I thought we did a Schwartz beer from them in March Madness one time.
Possible. Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, I think we did, and I really liked it.
You might be right, actually. Yeah. I remember we all liked it, actually. I think
No one else did. You guys liked the Perspective Black IPA, but no one liked the Schwartz beer.
That was what it was.
So.
Okay. Well, cool.
I can't think of another beer from Titletown.
Johnny Blood Red I've had, or some Johnny Red or something. That's a decent one. It's like a red ale.
Do they make the Green 19 one?
Yeah.
Makes sense. So
That does make sense.
Is that hot?
This is nice.
All right. So we've got a can in my cool bag. This bag is getting dilapidated. See what we got.
Good word.
Same bag. I love it.
A myriad of pyramids. Hot Butcher. Hot Butcher's good. It's a Peacherine and Simcoe hopped double IPA coming in at 7.5%. Tasting notes on here.
Did you say Peacherine?
Yeah.
Peacherine.
I thought that was a new fruit that I'd never heard of, like a cross between a tangerine and a peach.
So it says the tasting notes are ripe nectarine, mandarin orange, and juicy berry is what they say. It's very hard to read, but kind of a cool piece of can art. It's a rhinoceros wearing like
kind of a fun colors on the can.
Yeah. Neat. Hot Butcher's out of Illinois, aren't they?
Yeah.
Chicago, I believe.
Yeah, Chicago. Okay.
All right.
Another IPA. Crack this thing open. Pour it out. I got a little whiff of that citrus note. So this is super hazy.
Yeah. I'm already smelling it from here, from this distance.
Wait a bit.
Tyler's already tasting it.
I already cheated. It was going to go on my lap if I didn't. Sorry.
Now who can't pour?
That was Ross the other night. This is super light in color. Like it's almost like a milky golden color. Like,
It's almost got a milkshake IPA look to it.
it kind of does a little bit. Yeah, it's got that kind of look. Big carbonation bubbles in the head, but a nice pillowy head on top of that
Yeah,
thing.
that is not going anywhere.
Yeah. To the nose we go.
Oh wow.
Some nice hop character, and then mandarin orange being.
You getting that juicy berry? Whatever that is.
So like
There is like a dark fruit. I mean, in all seriousness, there's like a dark kind of stone fruit-ish berry coming out of that.
It's very mandarin orange juicy vibe on the nose to me.
nice.
Yeah, I get a lot of sweet citrus, not like grapefruity at all. It's like that sweet orange kind of
What
almost
was
like a little bit of marmalade.
What was the name of the Chargers coach that got fired?
Staley? Brandon?
Really?
Oh, that's his name. Okay, I thought it was Barry something. I was gonna make a joke, but that won't work.
If we
I didn't even know his name.
if only we could get a Barry fired.
Idiot.
Or a guard. All right, let's try this thing out.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Chris isn't even watching.
I'm sending him this episode.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So, the body on this, you get a ton of character out of the body. Like compared to the other IPAs we've had in this Advent Calendar series so far, there's a lot more body to this IPA than the others. It does have kind of that like creamy, almost milky character to the mouthfeel too.
Yeah. Almost like you use like an oat milk in it. To give it kind of that thickness and a little bit like viscosity. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like milkshake IPA in that sense, but like it's got that thickness to it. I think the head adds a lot to that because there's like it's a big head still. It is very fruity. There's definitely some bitterness that kind of cuts through the whole way. Kind of helps with that, some of that sweetness, but that is very citrusy. Lots of different fruits coming off that. You get a little bit of that orange, you get a little bit of that dark fruit, a little bit of everything with those fruits coming out.
Yeah, the body on this is really, really nice. It's on the thicker side, more full. Like we said, the head, this one reminds me of that sentient that we had from an amorphic. The way it's just kind of like sitting there, it's not moving at all. It's like a moose.
Yeah.
As far as the flavor goes, it's like I think it follows the nose quite well. It's like a sweeter kind of orange peel flavor, but then as like mid palate and then through the back, I get more of that. It's almost got a little bit of a resiny pine vibe to it. And I'm thinking that's probably the Simcoe that's showing up, and that's what's helping balance that sweetness up front. So
Yeah.
overall, I think it's really, really well balanced. I like it.
I like that call out too, because really what lingers is that hop character out the back. Like that's what sticks. Like I'm still tasting it. I haven't taken a sip in probably a good minute, and that's what's lingering on the tongue.
Yeah, I've said earlier, like I really like the more classic, like tiny traditional IPA taste than anything else. Like, I like the berries from time to time, but to me, I'd rather just get kind of that classic IPA taste. And while you get a lot of berry up front, it does finish off with that pininess, everything I like. It reminds me, I know what you're saying. I agree, Tyler. It has the same look and feel to the amorphic one, but it almost tastes very similar in the back end to the Foxtown, where it finishes with that traditional IPA-ness to give us kind of the full IPA flavor that
Finally got there. Oh, thank God. I forgot about that.
that we talked about earlier, because like this, like the Foxtown one, gives you a little bit of everything. But if you like IPAs, it kind of gives you that whole spectrum of the different types of IPAs you can get.
Yeah.
A little jealous
This-
of all the awesome IPAs you all have been
This
getting.
is definitely one of those IPAs that you're not going to mistake it for anything other than an IPA. You get
Yeah.
enough of that character in here, but also you get a lot of the citrus and kind of the less traditional IPA notes too that really balance that out. So I think it's a beer that even if you're not a huge IPA fan, you might really like this because the citrus characters are so strong in here and the orange fruitiness is so strong too. Okay. So Untappd, 5-point scale. We're going to start with Tyler. Where are you going?
I am going to go with a 4. It's really good, really, really solid. I think the thing I appreciate most about this is that back end bitterness for me is the key, because if it's super juicy up front and sweet, ton of flavor, but then there's nothing that like finishes it off, dries it out, I can only drink a little bit of those. So this one, that's the key factor for me. It really has that residual like hoppiness, like you said, even after you take the sip. So I really like it. I'm going to give it a solid 4.
Ross?
Exact same comments. A 4 for the exact same reasons. Like if it was juicy all the way through, I don't think I'd like it. 'Cause I mean, why is it good juiciness flavor? I like the kind of like the thickness to it that this one's adding. If it was just juicy, it would just kind of, it's not really what I want. I'd rather just have a fruited sour at that point. But with that back end bitterness, and it lingers, like it intensifies with every sip that you take, which makes it even better for me. Really good 4.
Yeah, I'm sitting here debating between a 4 and a 4.25. I think I like this a little bit less than the Sentient. I think I like the body of the Sentient IPA that we had from Amorphic a little bit more than this. This is a little much for me if I'm not expecting it, right? Like if I get a body like this, I'm expecting like a milkshake IPA like we've talked about. So I'm going to go 4 with you guys, but for slightly different reasons. I don't necessarily have a problem with it staying juicy all the way through, but I do like that it cleans up nice with that bitterness at the end as well. That's not the reason. I'm going to go 4 as well. So
All right.
All right.
Good stuff.
other great
stuff.
round of beers here in the Advent Calendar series. So day 16 in the books. We've got 8 episodes left. We are 2/3 of the way done with this thing. We are 2/3 of the way to Christmas and cruising right along. So thanks for sticking with us. Hope you're enjoying all of these fun episodes, and we will see all of you on Sunday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.